Oh, wait. Tien invented a solar flare? So I can blame him for what Dragon Ball Z Abridged did to me.
Flashback.
What is this? What do you have to say for yourself?
Generic intro into DBcember. We're back with more DBcember by Team 4-Star. Today we are reacting to the 9th, 8th, and 7th best fight in Dragon Ball as of until, I guess, like 2 or 3 years ago, whenever this DBcember was the current one. Thank you all so much for the support you've shown my DBcember reactions. It's crazy how much support has been shown, honestly, considering it's just like a top 10 list almost. But it's awesome. I love learning about Dragon Ball like this because there's no possible way I can actually watch all of Dragon Ball because there's so many episodes. If you want to check my reaction to the first 3 best fights of Dragon Ball, I'll leave that right there. Also linked down below in the description. Also be in a place on my channel with all of my other DBcember reactions going in chronological order. But today we're doing the 9th, 8th, and 7th fight. Shout out to the patrons. They get the videos a day early, left and a paywall on the channel. I've only ever seen Dragon Ball Z Abridged and a couple Cell versus video. A lot of Cell versus video by Devil Artemis. So that's where my knowledge of Dragon Ball comes from, and you all in the comments, because I read every single comment and reply to a lot of them as well. But I'm excited to get into 9, 8, and 7. Apparently, number 1 is not Frieza and Goku because it was like 19 episodes long for some reason. It has to be top 3 though. It has to be, right? I'm not sure. Let's jump on into it. All right. Apparently, Frieza Goku is not number 1. I hope you're subscribed, by the way. We're actually approaching, I think, is it 43,000 subscribers? Nice. Which is nuts because my channel was deleted like not even 2 years ago. Goku versus Tenshinhan.
I'm really glad Tien got to make
That's
the list
original.
somewhere.
I'd be upset if you weren't, honestly.
Is that the first time he's been in a DBcember?
Kicked to the curb in later chapters outside of the occasional Kiko hello. His first real showdown with Goku
Because he was
is
bad,
a doozy.
or a bad guy.
Before we get into the battle proper, though, it's important to know what's driving all 3 eyes at this point. Tenshinhan has fought his way through Yamcha and Jackie Chun in the hopes of facing Mercenary Tao's killer and his rival martial arts school star pupil, Son Goku. This final round of the tournament is all that stands between Tenshinhan and that sweet, sweet revenge.
Well, that's his motivation initially. While upholding the Master's honor is still important, a big part of Tien's journey to the finals has been discovering that he isn't the ruthless killers his masters want, and his real goal is to just be a great fighter and to test himself against stronger opponents.
And then he just kind of gets forgotten about in the series,
but at this point, Tien is easily the most dramatic and fleshed out good guy conversion we've seen yet, all leading to this final duel.
Kicking off the fight in high gear, one of the first things we see is both fighters using very familiar techniques. While Tien's Dodon Ray and Goku's after images were decisive victories in previous rounds, this initial clash instantly tells the audience we're about to dial things up a bit.
How do you
while boasting some
make somebody lose track of you in their 3 eyes?
Well, the fight definitely suffers from peaks and valleys in visual quality later on. The opening onslaught is a sight to behold.
More like peaks and volleys as Tien sets up Goku with a healthy serving of the volleyball fist.
That's an actual thing.
Oh, so it's fine when you do it.
Puns aside, the real tragedy of this fight is the fact that it's full of unique moves we'll never see Tien use again. Where was the technique when Nappa showed up?
Not every move is so easily
That's a good question.
In fact, this next one eventually gets picked up by most of the main cast.
This isn't the first time we've seen the solar flare at this point, and much to Tenshinhan's
wait. Tien invented the solar flare?
With style.
So I can blame him for what Dragon Ball Z Abridged did to me.
The World Martial Arts Tournament Committee has a fairly cut and dry
also this Saturday, Hellsing Ultimate Bridge episode 8 from my best friend is going live.
I'm pretty sure this is the part where
Goku
gets disqualified.
If sunglasses break the rules, Chaozu's telepathy obliterates them. The real question here is, how does it take Tien so long to figure out what's going on? The man has 3 eyes, but he fails to see Goku clinching up out of nowhere?
Although this eventually leads to some important character stuff and looking beautiful while doing it, this whole cheating fiasco does drag the fight out quite a bit. Other than Goku creatively using a Kamehameha to recover from a near ring out, this whole section is just a
he touched the ground on a ring out.
I don't know. I'm a pretty big fan of Tien's rapid velocity technique.
Yeah, you know that thing you did as a kid where you spun your arms really, really fast to make an unblockable punch?
Goku's friends even
never did that.
Going on from the sidelines and never bothered telling the tournament staff.
Luckily for them, Tien dials Chaozu with his brain phone and tells him to stop interfering. She sends an irate Master Shen over the horizon. The match is back underway.
Tien gives Goku a couple of free hits to make up for all the cheating he ignored, and tells him he's kinda over the turtle and crane drama and just wants to prove he's the best fighter for himself. And Chaozu seems pretty psyched about this development too.
There's that extra
Pokemon
narrative we were looking for. One of our earliest genuine bad guys turning good guy because Goku's just so darn great at fighting.
So great, in fact,
the
that
little
Tien
kid
decides he needs 2 more arms just to keep up. From this point on, the whole fight is pretty intense.
When did that happen? When could Tien do that?
With a hand for each limb, Tien grabs Goku and starts using his rib cage as a makeshift hat. It's a little bold, but I think he can pull it off.
Unfortunately, Goku has one furry limb in his pants that Tenshinhan wasn't ready for.
Tail?
His tail.
Oh.
With some quick-thinking monkey business, the pint-sized
Monkey
Saiyan
business.
escapes Tenshinhan's grasp and goes back on the offensive with some extra arms of his own.
What?
Vitruvian Goku gets in
Why are
close
we
to
just
break through
getting
Tien's four-armed
Are they just moving so fast or
but
something?
not
No,
without
wait,
taking some
naturally no,
serious
because he's
damage
holding
along
them
the
down.
way. In the end, neither fighter is on their feet.
The way they both fall to the ground in unison reminds me a lot of Goku versus
So
Jackie
who
Chun
loses?
from a little bit ago, and I'm sure it's no accident.
Absolutely. Luckily, both fighters are able to stand up before the announcer finishes the 10 count this time, but they're
What
clearly
happens?
nearing the ends of their respective ropes.
That is until Goku rushes in and locks Tien down with the
Ooh.
Walls of Jericho?
Boston Crab, sir.
Boston Crab.
Boston
which is
Crab.
enough to get
That's
Tien
a
to
wrestling
finally
move, I
bid
guess.
farewell to arms and go back to faring well with 2 arms.
Okay, you're gonna have to stop doing
He's
that.
doing a
This is what you
push-up.
get for inviting me.
To top things off, we finally see the signature move everyone knows and loves, the dreaded Tri-Beam Kiko-Ho! Rising
What
into
the-
the air
oh,
as Kikuchi's best
the triangle
Fortuna
thing.
impression swells, Tien gives Goku one final warning before sending the entire
used
arena
against
to
Cell.
hell with an earth-shattering blast! The crowd looks on in horror as the smoke clears. Little Goku.
But wait, up in the
Wait,
sky.
what?
Turns out that warning really
yeah,
came
'cause
in
it's
handy as
the cell.
Goku took Tien's advice and jumped really high to avoid the attack. With his last
How
bit of
was he
real
able to
energy,
jump
he
that
uses
high?
a Kamehameha to launch himself headfirst in Tien's ribs, sending both martial artists hurtling towards the streets below.
It's here that we get one of the
Oh.
most memorable shots in all of Dragon Ball, as Goku
This?
and Tenshinhan plummet towards the ground, struggling for any inch that might stop them from landing first.
Oh, yeah, they're trying
Unfortunately
to-
for our young hero, a little bit of traffic went a long way to keep him from winning the fight.
With all the
Wait,
rule bending
so-
in this fight, it seems
so
sort
Goku
of fitting
hit
that
first?
The most outside of interference is what decided this match. Tien ought to split the
A
prize
car.
money to fix that van like it fixed the fight.
And it's just that kind of thematic genius that lands Goku versus Tien in our top 10.
Top 10.
I had no idea that fight was that important.
Good night, everybody!
That's a gun? That's a gun. All Team 4 Stars 2022 update. I'm not sure what that entails. I really don't know. Into the next one, though. Yeah, but yeah. Episode 8 of Hellsing Ultimate Version of my best friend Kirby. That's going up Saturday. You all shown so much love for those videos. If you haven't seen episode 7, it's phenomenal. Son Goku versus Majin
fight that
Vegeta.
launched 1,000 Vegeta AMVs. It's almost hard to look
Okay.
at this fight without some crunchy butt rock echoing in my brain.
Some what? Was that actually a song they sang? Or was this a parody? Probably a parody. I'm guessing it's a
It's
parody.
pretty easy to see why. This fight has some breathtaking set pieces and phenomenal choreography. If only it were anything close to consistent.
Also,
Luckily, Vegeta don't need to be
Is
so
Goku
pretty
dead?
to be so damn savage. The universe's grumpiest prince is in peak fighting condition thanks to some performance-enhancing wizard magic and 7 years
From-
of training in the most
what was it,
intense
Bobby and
conditions
Bibbidi or
Council
whatever?
Corp could muster. With every bone-breaking blow, we see just how deep this Napoleon complex goes.
If you like how he throws a punch,
Napoleon
wait till
wasn't
you
even that
see
short.
him throw shade. I'm a man who loves his big dramatic monologues, but I've got to hand it to the Prince of All Saiyans on this one. That speech with Goku strapped to the side of a mountain is downright cathartic.
Speaking of mountains, this fight might have some of the best
He's
use
like-
of scenery in all of Dragon Ball. We got smashing through mountains. We got sneaking in caves. We got attempted stage fatalities. We got friggin'
Stage
boulder
fatality.
gauntlets. There's even a bona fide beam struggle.
Up to
Wait,
this
he
point,
ripped the
we've
boulder
had
out.
Vegeta threatening to one day surpass Golden Boy Goku ever since the two crossed paths. As time went on,
And he had
new
to
threats
cheat.
appeared in the forms of Frieza, the androids, and the encroaching Majin Buu. Vegeta's obsessive
Yeah.
rivalry has always been present, but never more
God,
than
I
a
wish they
sniper
did
mark or
Dragon Ball
crafty
Z Bridge
scout.
Buu
Things were
Saga.
starting to look up once Goku announced his day off from death. A martial arts tournament would make an ideal stage for these two to settle
Ooh.
the score. And what do you know? They're scheduled to fight in the first round.
For how can you have? It's like Duke in Kentucky in the first round of the NCAA
Naturally,
tournament.
nothing goes as planned, and now His Highness is stuck putting his neck on the line for Earth again. And it's all because that clown Kakarot refuses to take him seriously. At this point, the gang isn't even sure Boo's gonna be that much of a threat after seeing Babbidi's other minions, so it's easy to see why this would be so
Oh.
frustrating for Vegeta.
As if that weren't enough to chip away at the old pride, he also catches a glimpse of
What?
some of Goku's power during the fight with Akon and realizes
Who?
he's already outmatched. By now, Vegeta's ego has been demolished, and Goku's day
Mm-hmm.
on Earth has practically just started. So when Bobby swaggers onto the scene
Yeah,
and dangles a
and
chance to defeat his rival right in front
by
of his
making
face,
him- yeah.
well, Vegeta just can't help himself.
With enchanted juice pumping through his veins and some new forehead decor,
Roids.
Jeets embraces his
Roids and a
midlife
tattoo.
crisis heel turn and blows up a city block to celebrate. Goku is understandably not entirely thrilled about that, so he agrees to give Baby his bottle and fight him.
Whoa now, Lanny. When you put it that way, it almost sounds like you don't think Goku took this fight all that seriously.
I mean, are we going to address
Super
the
Saiyan 3.
long-haired, eyebrow-lacking elephant in the room? Knowing Goku's pack in Super Saiyan 3 in retrospect diminishes a lot of the tension in this fight. We know this isn't
Why?
Goku at
Super
his
Saiyan 3
full
that
strength,
insane?
and
Oh,
just
yeah, it is.
reinforces the fact that this rivalry still
Yeah,
hasn't had
it
a
is.
truly all-out
That
round
battle
two.
talks about that.
You could argue that Goku assumed the transformation would eat up the rest of his time on Earth, so he avoided it, but it's still kind of an insult to Vegeta that he never found it necessary.
Look, if hiding a transformation
he
that
never
might
went
consume too much
Super
energy
Saiyan
to
3?
even be worth using is a dick move, I don't even know how to classify incinerating a crowd of onlookers because you realized you like having a wife and son.
Regardless, this is still an
Wait,
excellent
there
fight
were
and a
onlookers? There were
fantastic example
spectators
of
that he just
character-driven conflict.
exploded?
While Vegeta loves to tell us all about how much Goku's very
Keeps
existence
showing his
tortures
lap.
him, this fight shows
Why
us
does
what
that
that
become a meme?
means. It gives us a much more nuanced motivation than Dragon Ball's typical win the tournament or save the universe. This fight is personal, and that makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
Even if we later learn that Goku isn't giving it his all.
And again, it
Yeah,
can't
because
be
he could go Super
overstated
Saiyan 3
how
and we knew he
great
could,
some of this
apparently.
choreography
Or
is.
if you're
The last
watching,
bit of
that's
close
the
quarters
lead.
combat before Majin Buu
spectators.
is revived is some top-notch fisticuffs and among the highest
Ooh, what a
bars the
move.
series ever hits. What this fight may lose in stakes and a proper ending, it more than makes up for with moments like that.
It's really unfortunate that Boo wakes up before this fight gets a satisfying conclusion, but since it ultimately leads to one of the most
you know
iconic
Goku
moments
won.
in the character's history, I think it's fair we let it slide this time. Plus, that surprise neck
What
chop
would-
lets
what
Vegeta
would that
technically
be?
win this round, which means we gotta get that tiebreaker sooner or later, right?
Goku's never
Tiebreaker.
actually beaten Vegeta one-on-one, has he? That first round was kind of a
Wait,
group
really?
effort.
Oh man, that means this sleazy knockout is the only real conclusion to a one-on-one fight these two have ever had.
That doesn't
Yeah,
count.
that's
Well, I mean,
Aha!
all is
Victory
fair.
for Vegeta!
There's Nick doing his thing. Oh, getting to the next one will be the last one we're doing today, I think. When we start, because I'm planning on showing my best friend Kirby Dragon Ball Z Bridge after SAO Bridge. I've already got her one thing from Shark Robot for Hasbin Hotel. I might get her something for
Okay, guys,
Team 4-Star.
I don't want to alarm you.
Piccolo versus
I
Android
think
17.
we might have a
Oh,
fight on this list that doesn't involve Son Goku in any way, shape, or form.
What? But this
My
is
ex is
Dragon
texting me
Ball.
again.
Surely if he isn't the one throwing the punches, he must be on his way. Piccolo's just holding off the bad guys till he gets here.
Yeah, no, he's at the lookout and
Oh,
apparently
those
has
squares
no
make a
intention
circle.
of getting involved.
You heard it here, folks. This part of the countdown just became a no Goku zone.
With Cell busy with his Suck Everything Dry
Okay.
tour and all the Earthbound
You
Saiyans
could
focused
suck.
on working out, the recently Kami-infused Piccolo has taken it upon himself to shut
Oh,
down
yeah,
the Robo
when-
Twins
yeah, when he was
and
Kami,
their
he was
red-headed
powerful.
stepbrother.
Yeah, I guess their shoplifting and van-stealing antics have gone a little too far. Guess the
I've
former
actually seen this
Guardian
fight,
has to
'cause it's
step in
abridged.
and put these rowdy teenagers in a well-deserved timeout.
They literally showed up at Kame House looking for a fight. Even if it was
And
clear
they got
by this
one.
point that the numbered androids weren't the main threat, they're still very capable of apocalyptic levels of destruction.
On top of that, there's
in
a
one
7-foot-tall Bugman looking to consume them. It's
Yes.
probably for the best that the group just get these pieces off the table while they can.
Fair point. We see
Yeah.
Piccolo beefing himself up for the fight, and right away we see some heavy hits from our resident Super Namekian. The previously untouchable Android 17 finds himself on the receiving end of some earth-shattering blows. And
Yeah,
realizes he might
I
actually
guess
need to
17
try
was the
this
one they
time.
could throw away.
After
They kept
a couple
18
deflected
around.
blasts, we get to see what might be my favorite move in the entire show, and the part most people remember from this fight: the Hellzone Grenade. The light shifts and drenches the scene in yellow and purple as Piccolo launches a flurry of blasts towards the snarky teen. After a quick moment of terrified
I guess
realization, the blasts converge on Android 17 and erupt in a huge explosion. Even if it's ultimately fruitless, it's still such a cool technique that we sadly never really get to see again.
Our raven-haired antagonist
How do they
avoids
always show-
defeat thanks to his signature energy barrier and continues the fight with an onslaught of high-speed punches and kicks.
Even if the art in this segment isn't the most consistent, I love how frenetic and over
And
the
then
top
Incel,
it
like,
gets.
kills
The
still.
cartoonishly emphasized punches stretching through their targets' backs, volcanoes erupting.
Well, I mean,
and the
Piccolo
whole
is a
island
slug,
being
so.
demolished as the battle rages on gives you a really good sense of just how powerful these guys are.
All the while, we catch glimpses of Cell
And
getting
there's
closer and closer to the
Imperfect Cell.
battlefield, while the fight loudly revels in how insane it can get Most of the cutaways are dedicated to showing the real monster cryptically approaching.
Eschewing more flashy techniques, the battle becomes a knockdown, drag-out brawl between Green Man and Boybot, and it's one of the most satisfying and brutal exchanges of blows we see in the entire franchise. Despite how short this fight actually is, the last desperate struggle truly emphasizes how worn down both sides have become, which makes the next reveal all the more dreadful.
We're not
As
a
it turns
cyborg.
out, Piccolo's enormous power level acted like a beacon for Cell, who just finished chowing down in a city full of people and is looking at his siblings for a dessert. Guess we'll have to call this fight a draw, because this big cockroach doesn't plan on waiting.
It's a shame that this is one of Piccolo's last real fights in DBZ, but it's a strong one to go out on. It might be somewhat short and really doesn't have that big of an impact on the story, but just about every second of it is exciting and has something fun to offer.
Well, it's also because it's not like, you know, main characters.
To show off his moves before
so you
or
never
after
really
this battle until Super, but he's
you don't know if they're gonna make it.
He got one at all, considering how quickly Cell gets involved.
Excuse me, Kaiser, but aren't we forgetting about GT and Super 17?
Oh, Cranthony, no amount of alcohol has helped me do so yet. Honestly, they're just not good fights.
Do you think Super 17 could beat up 17 from Super?
Oh, hold on. So you're saying Super 17 doesn't make this list at all? What's next? You'll tell me there aren't any GT fights on this list?
Who knows? It's just numbers.
I don't think there's any GT fights on this list.
More entries, I'm sure. Saving the best for last.
Oh my god, there aren't any GT fights on this list.
Nope, there's not, because apparently they don't like GT. Or most people don't. Dragon Ball Z Bridge episode 46. I wonder why that's being shown. Oh, maybe that's for the fight. That's where the fight happened. That was awesome. Huh. So we'll be back next week with 6, 5, and 4, respectively. And then I guess the week after that, we're going to do the top 3. And then move on to the next DBcember, which I'm not even sure what comes after fights. It's going to be techniques. That's interesting. I don't know much about the techniques of Dragon Ball, but I look forward to getting into that. And I hope you are too. And I hope you're subscribed so you don't miss it. We're rebuilding the channel, which is crazy because, like I said, my channel got deleted. My channel got deleted right after I had recorded. I think it was Dragon Ball Z Bridge episode 60 part 2. So I watched part 1 and then my channel got deleted. And then I had to completely start with a new channel and re-upload all the videos and get done re-upload like 500 some videos. And then I had to drop the episode 60 part 2. So that was awesome. I honestly really look forward to showing my best friend Kirby Dragon Ball Z Bridge. I think she's probably going to. She's going to be around the channel for a while. So I know a lot of people love her and all the videos and want to bring her on the channel. So the food reaction channel, I'm working on a banana video. I'm trying to make it the best video I've probably ever made. So definitely stay tuned for that. And stay tuned on this channel. I mean, that's going to happen on the food reaction channel where I ate a banana for the very first time. I love reading your comments. Leave some down below. I reply to a lot of them. I hope to make your day better. But until the next video, take care and cue the music.
We were playing asshole.